Welcome to the Better Life Series podcast. My name is Steve Buescher, and today I wanted to talk about the concept of power of small shifts. It's this idea that a better life doesn't usually come from one big leap. It's built on small conscious shifts. It's stepping into that place of making a choice, a vow, in moving forward, even if you don't know the answer. The moment that you notice how you're talking to yourself, the moment you pause before reacting, the moment you choose kindness over criticism, those are tiny pivots, and they can create an entirely new direction. We often think transformation is a mountain to climb, but really, it's a small series of steps, those intentional steps, and each step says, I matter, I'm worth choosing. So I'd like to take you through this arc of awareness, this arc of experiencing life that might help with the small choices. The first one that I think that's most important is this awareness of the first shift. It's noticing what you can't see. The moment you notice an unhelpful thought or a draining pattern, you create the space to choose differently. Wayne Dyer would talk about this, and he would say, when you choose to change the way you look at things, or actually he would say, when you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things change. And I would like to encourage each of you to catch yourselves in the act of self-criticism or hurry or fear, whatever it is that is drawing energy from you, simply name it. The second thing that we can do is notice that tiny choices compound over time, that we don't have to make this huge change in our life. And those big changes rarely stick, but the small repeatable actions, those tiny daily decisions that we make, those can accumulate into transformation. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, said, habits are the compound interest of our self-improvement. The idea is if we pause before we reply in anger, or if we walk for 5 minutes instead of scrolling, or instead of shouting or biting at somebody that may have said something wrong, there may be some value in that. It's pausing before we react. The third thing is that identity follows action. We don't have to feel like the better version of ourselves. We build that identity by acting on it. This is so true when we're talking about things like learning to set boundaries, learning to value ourselves, learning to step forward with confidence. We get better with practice. And Brené Brown talked about this. She said, courage is built through small acts of vulnerability. You don't wait to feel brave before stepping forward. The idea is speak kindly to yourself once, and then the next time it'll be a little easier. The fourth point is that grace over perfection is a step forward. It's realizing that change isn't linear. You'll have days that you fall back. There'll be days that you forget. There'll be days that you act imperfectly, and that's all part of growth. Kristin Neff said self-compassion is essential. Treat yourself as you would a close friend at learning something new. This employs the idea of encouraging celebration of progress over perfection. And the final and fifth point is that each small steps says, I'm worth choosing. The very heart of this message is about reclaiming your worth and agency, connecting to the idea of choosing yourself. Self-worth isn't loud, isn't demanding. It's built on quiet, everyday decisions. So I'd like to give you a practical invitation. Today, maybe you could choose one small shift. Take a deep breath before opening your phone. Take a pause before entering your door. Replace I can't with I'm learning to. Say no once a week where you'd normally say yes out of guilt. I encourage you to start journaling or doing some self-reflection. That's one micro shift. I'd like to give you just a simple closing note, and that is that transformation isn't about flipping your whole life at once. It's about 100 tiny moments where you say, I matter enough to choose differently. Those choices are the quiet architecture of a better life. I'm Steve Buescher. Much love to you all, and I wish you a better life.